Good morning or afternoon, wherever you are, or night. I guess it could be night, wherever you are also. Not legal advice. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, or not, please. It is Saturday, whatever today's date is. I guess it's November 23rd, 2024. I usually don't give the date. That's interesting, but I just did. It is raining here in Southern California, although like just drizzling, so not really real rain. Yesterday was so what I wanted to talk about a little bit was Alpine and a little bit about Doge, the company or the agency, non-agency, and something that I think they should do that would help retail shareholders. Of course, this is not legal advice. It's not advice of any sort. This is purely opinion and entertainment, and treated as such. Do your own work. Don't rely upon anything that is said, etc. Unfortunately, I have to say that each time, and everybody should be aware about when they're speaking in a public forum that notwithstanding the fact they may say it's opinion, it may not be opinion, and they could be liable for their comments. So just be careful when you're making those kind of comments. So wanted to talk about Alpine and indirectly GTII and about Musk and Doge. But before I start that, I wanted to address a couple of things. They may not be good things, but I'm going to address them anyway. Politicians and diapers are very common in that they both should be changed regularly and for the same reasons. I just spilled spot remover on my dog, and now he's gone. If at first you don't succeed, you probably shouldn't try skydiving. And last but not least, I just determined that I'm addicted to placebos. Anyway, leave a pause so you can chuckle and laugh or not. So I wanted to talk about the opinion about Alpine, and I'll back up a little bit. So Alpine is a prime broker involved with GTII. I do repeat this a lot, so I apologize if you've heard this, but I don't know if new people might join in, so I'm giving them some background. So Alpine was a prime broker for GTII. At some point in time in a proceeding, it was determined that they had a concentrated short position. I don't know if that position still exists or what the significance of that position is, but some people believe that if that position was had to be bought in, that there would be a positive effect on the stock. I don't know if that's true. I don't know when that was true. I kind of did not, and I heard those same arguments for quite some time. I myself have not relied upon that. That's why I proceeded uh, and kind of moved against GTII and kind of the things that I thought were going on with GTII. The reason I did that because whether the details about Alpine are true or not, I don't know when or if that will happen, and I don't know the size of any short position, but it still appears that as of today, people believe that because I've heard it from people in the current time frame, and I know I don't know anything personally, but I believe that the receiver for GTII has been contacted by potential suitors. Perhaps some things are set out. So why would potential suitors contact GTI still to this day? Perhaps, and I'm speculating here, of course, but perhaps they think there is a concentrated short position, or they believe, and this is a position I've heard expressed many times, that there's support, there's shareholder support for it. So that is perhaps the reason. But I don't believe you could rely upon Alpine and that event or the timing of any event. And that's again why I pursued GTII. One, because it was appropriate, but two, I didn't think that the GTII stock could appreciate until the business went back went back and started doing what they were supposed to do. So there was two proceedings involving Alpine, and so people thought that, or some people thought, I really don't have an opinion about this. I probably would say no, but a lot of people believe to the contrary. But some people thought that if Alpine was forced out of business, that would cause a reaction That was kind of weird, to say the least. I kind of disappeared, but I'm back. I'm back again. I don't know. Maybe that's the fierce weather we're experiencing. I apologize, but I disappeared. I know. Um, and I don't remember exactly where I stopped, but I'll kind of start again. So, but some people believe that if Alpine's business was shut down, that would impact the stock for GTII. And there were two proceedings. Yeah, this is where I finished. There were two. So there was attempts at closing down GTII. There's two legal proceedings that are ongoing. One is in Utah, and that is kind of on a hold, although there was some reference to some action being taken by the end of the year where Alpine would be removed from DTCC. DTCCC. Um, Whether that date holds because of this new opinion, I don't know, and there could be futures extensions. But even if that date held and a opinion or result was issued in Utah, there still is an appeal that's available. I believe the appeals to the SEC, and then after the SEC, I think it's to the appellate court, the federal appellate court. I think it's the Court of Appeal, not the district court, that has jurisdiction of that. But either way, it'll go to the federal court, which will take some time. So, notwithstanding what happens by the end of the year in Utah, that probably won't come to an end. Probably not in 2025, although it's possible. But I wouldn't bet on 2025 as to that particular proceeding because there will be. Wow, that sucks. That's the second time it happened. That's never happened to me before. If it happens again, I'm going to start a new stream. So beware of that. If you're watching and I disappear one more time, I'm going to sign off and start a new stream. Same bad channel, same bad time. So we have the proceeding in Utah. Utah is ongoing. I don't think likely a result 2025, perhaps, but I don't think likely result. Yeah, it's like Netflix. I apologize. And by the way, my channel is worth about $875 billion, just so you know. Then we have the proceeding in DC, and that relates to what happened was there was a cease and desist order issued against Alpine in 2022 by Finra for basically all kinds of misconduct for about the 40th time. I'm exaggerating only slightly. During that, after the cease and desist was issued, but before they were expelled, because there was an expulsion order that was issued also, but that's subject to review by the SEC and the courts. Before that expulsion order went into effect, Alpine filed an action in district court, in a civil action, and that action challenged the constitutionality of Finra and said Finra had no ability to act, and therefore any order they issued, including any expulsion order, is not valid. After they filed that lawsuit, then because Finra discovered, literally tens of thousands of violations of the cease and desist order, Finra started an expedited proceeding to expel Alpine. This is after Alpine filed their lawsuit questioning Finra's ability to act. So we have this lawsuit, and we have an expedited expulsion proceeding, and they proceed. They start that proceeding. They go 2 or 3 days, and then they seek an injunction in the district court in DC to block the expulsion proceeding. The district court, there's a bunch of proceedings. Eventually it goes up, and the further proceedings are blocked. It goes up on appeal. That's what the appeal was, whether that injunction should have been granted as to the expedited expulsion proceeding. And the ruling that came out yesterday, the opinion, related specifically to and only to injunction proceedings involving expedited expulsions where there was an actual expulsion order and there was not a sign-off by the SEC. So it was very limited in time. 3 justices